Hello everyone, welcome to Flask tutorial. In this session we look into how we are going to add a new record to a table in MySQL Server. In the previous session we have looked into how we are going to configure the database server and how to establish the connection for the same. But consider you have the application, and that application consists of n number of modules, and in each module you need to establish the connection, and then you are gonna to perform whatever the transaction may be. So what will happen in that case, the redundancy is the factor which will increase at a very huge rate. So in order to avoid that, what we'll do is this code that is basically regarding to the configuration of the server and getting the connection, we'll put it in one separate file. Alright, and in that file we'll create one separate function. Let's consider name of the file is dbconnect and the name of the function as dbcon or get connection, something like that. So whenever we want to get the connection to establish or to perform some transaction, we'll just call upon that function, and that function will be returning an object of dbconnect. Alright, so with that what will happen, the redundancy will be completely waived off. Okay, so to do that we'll add one file. Name of that file will be, let's consider as stated earlier, let it be dbconnect. Okay, again it's getting in the other folder. Let me come to parent folder here, dbconnect.py. Alright, and in this dbconnect what I will do, I will just completely copy this configuration and paste over here. Okay, further we require to import mypy import MySQL connector, and we're gonna to have one particular function. Let's consider name of function as dbcon. Alright, it's def dbcon. Alright, let's consider this is the function, and this function will be returning the object of type connection. Alright, so we create the object of connection, establish the connection by using mysql.connect. So I cut this code and I paste over here. So this is what the object of type connection, and we'll be returning this directly. Alright, so whenever I want to establish the connection, I will just call upon this function dbcon. So what will happen, this function directly return back the connection object. Alright, and in the previous file here's the thing, we don't require this. Also we need not require to import MySQL. Okay. For Windows user, you can replace this statement by return MySQL, or replace MySQL as MySQL connection dot connect. So MySQL will get replaced by MySQL connection. Alright, dot connect, and then you pass upon this. So this will go for those Windows users. Alright, I just copy this. So in the case you are using on Windows platform, you can refer this. Okay, now coming back to the concept over here. In the previous session we had created the base template, a parent template that was base.html, and two child templates, namely new client and new product. So let's first run the application, export Flask, and also let do one thing, let us set up the debug mode to be on. So export Flask underscore debug equal to 1. Okay, and then you run the Flask run. Alright, so I have debugger mode active and the project is running on port number 5000. Alright, so let's open this. Okay, so this was the navigation bar, and two base child templates, namely new prod and new client. Okay, for that we have linked using URL in the navigation file over here. Alright, so for a new product, the URL was padd. Look over here, let me close other files. We don't require base.html. Okay, let's consider this one. When we clicked on new product, we are calling for the function padd, so we're looking for the URL over here. So it was calling the URL add, and for the new client we had the function named cadd, and cadd corresponds to the route only add scene. So whenever we clicked over here, let's check. The moment I click on new client, it was jumping jumping or rendering to the template called new client.html. As far as product.html was concerned, I have made some little bit changes. What I have done, I have added one form. Let me open the new let me close this first. We don't require new client, we are working on the product file. Alright, so in this in the content block, I have added one form. Alright, and this form is something like this. So I will share the complete link of how to design this form in the description. Alright, so it consists of one select component and 4 text fields. Alright, and then because what should happen is, the moment we click on save, whatever the data entries we are whatever the entries we are going to make it in these text fields, it should get saved in our table called mobiles. Okay, and currently I have added some 10 records. Alright, and the name of our database is flask dude. Alright, now to do this, what should happen is, the moment you click on save button, the contents of this form, whatever the HTML components are there, whatever the values we are entering, those values should be sent to a particular route. So what I do first, let me have one route over here. Let's consider URL for, let me consider the function which I'm going to use is product, not product. We have the product add. Let's consider prod save. We are adding a new product, so let it be prod save. Okay, and then it's giving the name different. Let's consider save product or save p. Let me remove this double quotes. So there is no issue with those double quotes, but it was looking a little sort of an error. So I will just create one route, and the function for that route has to be save p. Alright, so I'm copying this, I'm coming back to a sample py, and at the end let's create the route. Let's consider name of the route as save prod. Alright, and name of the decoder or the function over here, it has to be the same that what we are given along the URL. So let it be save p. Okay, now the working should go like this. I have just created one diagrammatic representation of whatever we are going to do over here. So we are on this page, that is to add the product. The moment we click on this save button, alright, this page will send this complete data, whatever the entries will have over here, to this particular route. Name of the route over here, what we have given is save p. Alright, so in this route, whatever the data we have received, we will create a dictionary out of that, so that we can have the data in the form of key value pair. Alright, and then this data will send it to some another file, because what's happening over here, if we try to include all the logical code also over here in this your main py file, then that py file will become too long, and to debug that it will be a little bit difficult. So instead of doing that, we will use modular programming approach. We will have separate modules for each. So what we can do is, we will have one separate module. Let's consider we create one separate module name. Let's consider name of that module as this is related to product. So we will have one module named as product.py, or let's consider simple py product.py. And in this product.file we'll have one function. Let's consider name of function is save product. All right, and this will be receiving some data. Now it goes like this. You're clicking on the save button of your HTML file. The moment you click on save button, this form data is sent to the route file. In the route file, from that data you will create one dictionary in the form of key value pair, and that dictionary you will send it to this file. All right, but file you cannot send the data to the file, rather you have to send to a particular function in that file. All right, because if I consider this file such as products, so it may be you may have n number of products functions. Let's consider you may having the first function to save product, second it may be to edit product, third you maybe need to say search the product. All right, so it may be modify a product, so n number of functions it may be. All right, so what we'll do, we'll send this data which we have created in the form of dictionary to this method named over here right now is save product. All right, and in this we'll apply our complete logic of saving the data. Now outcome of this may be either you may have updated the record database, or there might be some error. So whatever it may be, whatever the result is, that result will send back to our main route file. All right, that's nothing but a sample.py from where there was a call, and then that result is shared with the user. Definitely we won't show the errors such as database connectivity or something like that. We have to handle that properly. But whatever the result is, that result, let's consider the result is success of adding the product. So that result you will show it to the user in the form of some, either it may be in the form of one text message, or there may be some pop-up. So that completely depends on you. So that's how it basically works. So let's go in one flow. What we are going to have is, we are having one product.html file consisting of n number of components, HTML components, such as we've taken over here models, including brand, model, storage, processor, read. The moment we enter these details and click on save, this data will be sent to one route. All right, that's nothing but one particular function in the main file. So name of that file is gonna to be sample.py, and the route is save p. All right, in that what we are going to do, we are going to fetch the data that is received. All right, and we are going to create one dictionary in the form of key value pair, and then that dictionary will send to a function named as, what the function we have created over here is save prod in the file product.py. Here we'll apply the logic. Whatever the result of this file may be, either it may be file of in terms of success or failure. Let's consider in the, what if we are having one key that is the primary key, so it may be primary key violations. All right, so let's consider, let's hope that there is no violations. In that case, the result is a success. So if it's success, then we'll redirect a user. Either we may display that on the same page, or else we may move it to some other page and inform that the record has been successfully added. All right, so now let's start with this. So what we'll do over here first is let's collect the data in the route. Name of the route is save prod, and the function which we are using is save p. All right, so let's create first a dictionary for that. Okay, again one more thing, when you're sending the data, we have to specific the method type, because if we go with this product dot, the method which we have written over here is post. All right, so we have to specify those methods over here. Methods, let it be in the form of post. Again, we need to import one package of type request. So okay, it's already added over here. So methods post. Now in the function, if request dot method, if this is equal to post. All right, if it's equal to post, then First let's create one dictionary. Let's consider the dictionary itself we are creating from the form, so let it be form data. Okay, and that data is something like this. Whatever the name you can give, I have just given form data, or in the case you want to write mobile data, let's consider mobile data. It's up to you, it's just the name. All right, so I keep the same form data and I create the dictionary from this. What we are getting is we are going to have one brand. All right, then we are going to have model, then it's going to be brand model storage. All right, second key what we are going to get from here is brand model storage. Okay, processor and arrays. All right, so processor and then arrays. Okay, so initially we won't add the rate, okay, because we are going to perform the update also, so at that time we may change this. So let's consider we are going to take all these values. Now to fetch the value we'll use request dot form. Okay, now from form you have to be very much specific. You need to copy the name of the component. All right, the name of the component for select brand is brand itself. So I'm just copying and pasting it over here. Then let me have this first request dot form. Okay, what happened? Comma. Request dot form. Let me quickly copy paste this code. Okay, so for model, name of the component is, I think I've kept the same name, yeah, model. All right, then storage, for storage again you are having the same name, storage. Let's copy this, copy paste, so that this part will be done. Then after storage you are having processor, so let's copy this, save over here. Okay, it should be in the form of a string. And lastly, okay, storage, and lastly rate. For rate we are having ROP, that is rate of purchase, no issues. So we are done with the form request, we are done with what we are saying, dictionary. All right, now we will be sending this dictionary to the function named save prod. All right, that is declared in the function product.py. So first we need to include this page. Okay, so we come back to this, and first we need to import it. So we can highlight this from at the start of this page, from product import, name of the function is save product. That's it. All right, and then we come to this function, and then we just call upon the function. Name of the function is save product, and to this we are passing the form data. But this function is going to return the result as per the question is concerned over here. As we discussed, it's going to process the file. All right, and it's going to return the result back to main dot. So that result, it may be in the form of success or some failure. So we'll take that in one particular variable. Let's consider where name of variable itself is a result. All right, so we'll take it in a result equal to let me write this properly. So result equal to either maybe success or failure, so that we'll look at afterwards. All right, so we can check like this. If result is success, so we will display the message data successfully saved, else we'll declare a error message. All right, now coming back to your product, so we'll work on this result afterwards. Now coming to this product page. Now in product page, very first thing is coming back to this. Okay, once we receive this data, but that data is getting in the form of a dictionary. All right, so now let use the keys and retrieve the values. So what we do over here, again, we need to have the try catch block. Reason, because you are going to perform some transactions. All right, and basically we're going to perform some insert statement. So there might be some error, I did maybe regarding some connection or violations, everything. So better what we'll do, at start only we'll put everything in try catch block. All right, so try except. All right, so first fetch the values brand, then second one was model, then another one was processor, no, I think the storage, I think the key, and after that we are having a processor. All right, let's consider if we use only these three values. And brand, you're going to get the value of brand from the key brand itself. For model, the key which we have used is model. I think there is no spelling mistake over here. Yeah, it's proper. Then similarly for storage, we keep the same, it's a storage only, the key is storage, and processor, the key itself is processor. Okay, so data is processor. So let's add this first data. All right, then after getting this, then what we'll do, we have to execute the query. Query will be something of this sort. The SQL query will be in the form of insert into tables. Name of table is mobiles, so it will go like this, insert into mobiles. Okay, let's consider we are adding only these four fields. Now if you look into the table, we are having ID, brand, model, storage, processor, and rate of purchase, that is ROP. So we'll add the data only in these four: brand, model, storage, and processor. As far as ID is concerned, I think the ID is integer and it's auto increment. Yes, it's integer and auto increment, so need not to enter that, it will automatically increment. All right, so a query will be in this form: insert into tables, field name brand, then model, storage, and what was the last? Processor. I am not retrieving the value of the key rate, though we have added. All right, so let it be empty right now, and then the values. And what we'll do, we'll pass these values in the form of a string. So that query will be the form string, second string, third string, and last string values. All right, now to do this and to execute this, what we require to have first connection. All right, now for connection purpose, we are not gonna to hard code everything. Let me open that connection file. Where is that connection file? db connect. Okay, let me copy over here. Okay, we are not gonna to write this code completely again. What we are gonna do is we are just gonna to call upon this function dbcon, which will returning an object of type connection. Okay, so what we'll do here, let's consider we are creating one variable named con. So this is gonna to have the connection. All right, so that connection you're gonna to get from the function named dbcon. So dbcon, but it's giving an error right now, because to use that function we need to import this file. All right, so what we'll do is on the top of the page we'll have from db connect import, name of function is dbcon. So now this error has been removed. So to get the connection, we just call upon the function dbcon, because this function is returning an object of type connection. So this con is now active. All right, then formulate your SQL query. All right, we already have the SQL query. and now you require the object of type cursor. So cursor, let me write cursor itself, cursor equal to con dot cursor. Alright, so it's a function. So we have the object of type cursor, and then let's consider this is your SQL query. So I write down SQL equal to, and let this be your complete query, everything in double quotes. And then to execute this SQL query, you have cursor dot execute, and to this we are gonna to pass two things. First, the query itself, name of query is SQL, and second, you need to pass the values or those variables. Now those variables are, very first one is brand, alright, second one is model. This is what we have fetched by using the keys from dictionary data, then storage, followed by processor, and that's it. So with this SQL query will execute, and then finally let's commit the transaction. So for committing the transaction, we have connection object, that is con dot commit. Alright, we are using pure Python programming over here, so this you should be very much clear what is the cursor and how to execute that. Alright, once your cursor is committed, that means you are done with the transaction, you have committed the cursor. Finally, you need to close the cursor and the connection. So first we'll we'll close the cursor. So cursor dot close, again it's a function, and secondly then connection dot close. It's always better to close the connection. Once you are done with this, then the result. Alright, so if there is no error, then that means it's a success. So that result, whatever we are gonna to send it, alright, that will send it in key value pair. Okay, so either the key, let's say status, and corresponding value for the status is success, and we'll have the message as record added successfully, record added successfully. Alright, but again instead of saying a record, we are adding the product, so let it be more specific. Let's say product added successfully. Alright, so in the case there is no error, this will happen. But what if there is an error? Because we won't be able to execute also, because we have used try, so there has to be except. So except, let's consider the object of base class, that is exception as e. This is the standard thing what we take. Alright, and in that case you return, again you're gonna to return the status in key value pair. Alright, the result. So here we'll say status as failure or error. Alright, and then the message, you have to tell the user what's the error is. Basically message that the key and the corresponding value, we will have it in a formatted string, such as error with error number as e, but we convert that e to string, so string of e. Okay, so this is how it's basically working. We have sent the data. On click submitting the form, we have sent the data to our route. Okay, so once I click on this save button, the data is coming to the route, name of the route, where is that page? Okay, here. No, action. Okay, where's the form? We are coming saving that data to one route. All right, that route will have the decoder names have save p. Okay, here. So we are sending the data to send prod route. In that, we are first fetching the data of the form and storing it in the form of a dictionary. Then that data, we are sending it to the function stored in another file. Okay, the name of the file is product.py, and in that we are having the function called save prod. Alright, so this save prod receives the dictionary which of the name form data. Alright, so from that dictionary we are fetching first the values. Alright, so to execute the query, insert into table names, and then require values. So those values we are storing in these variables. Alright, now to establish that we require the connection first, so we get the connection. Now to get the connection, we are just calling upon the function dbcon store in file db connect. So we need to import this file first. So from dbcon import db connect. Okay, no, it's from db connect. The name of file itself is db connect. I said it in wrong way. From db connect we are importing the function dbcon in this file. So get the connection. Now connection is active. Now create the object of cursor, and using that cursor then you execute your SQL statement, then commit the transaction by using connection object dot connect commit, then close cursor, close connection, and then you send the result. Definitely if there is no error, your result that means you have successfully stored the data. So we'll send that result in key value pair, keys being status and corresponding and second key being message with their respective values. Alright, but in the case there is an error, again we'll return the result, but that result status will be error and display the type of error or display the error message. Now this thing is coming to your result. Now the result is what we are saying is your key value pair. Alright, so now we'll update this key value pair by like this. If status of a result, if status of a result is equal to success, this is the key status, so we kept the same status. If this value is equal to success, then alright, you display the message. Alright, and you can redirect to the same page. Alright, so it means something like this: return spelling mistake, return let's have the formatted string within let's consider h1 tag, will display the result, and then the message. Okay, we have stored that message as a record added successfully or product added successfully. Then close this h1 tag, and also at the same time we can have something like this. We provide one reference. Okay, let it be like that: result added successfully, and let's something like this. One button ahref, and we'll go back to the route add. All right, I tell you this what it is basically, and that's the href followed by let's consider go back and close href. What I have done over here I'll show explain in a minute. Let it be in single quotes. Okay, else, that means in the case the result is a failure or error, else we copy the same, will display the same message, that is some error, and we'll have one link button to go back. That's it. So this will happen in the case we are clicking on save. Alright, but something like this, what if I'm at this page, let's consider, let me go with the purchase, I'm at this something wrong. Okay, we haven't started the server, I think. Is it active? Let me close this first, clear, run the flask. Okay, now The moment we click on sales, no, not sales, on purchase, sales, okay, clients, we are over here. But what if we are clicking on the new product? Okay, so it's giving an error, so that way it's not running. Jinja 2 simply expected token got where app.py, it's saying in app.py. Let's check where's the error. Okay, for request we need to import the request object. Yes, we do have. Then import save prod. We're getting it, but where is the error? Methods post. Okay, yeah, one more thing. What if this do not work? Now return render template. Let's consider we come back to the same page. Save p. We are giving it only with if, but what if that condition do not execute? Let me refresh this. No. Where it is? A new prod, line 7, form ID and a URL. Action 4. Let's check with this. New prod. Okay. Let's save this. Still just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, so error is only at this point. So action URL 4 and I have to write only the name of the function. Name of the function is okay. Have you written that slash? So that was the error. Okay, it's save p. Let me go to this function sales. Okay, clients, it's working now. Yeah, that was the problem. That was the error. Actually, we have what I have done over here is I have given this in the form of route. It's not a route, it's a particular function, it's a decoder. Alright, so secondly, what I do, though there's no error, it's showing error over here because it's mismatching of single quotes and double quotes. So let me have the single quotes. So now it's proper. Okay, so now that's it. I think we are done with the complete code. Now let's try to execute this. So new clients. Okay, now I'm clicking on new products. Under that we are selecting for new product. Hope not so any error. So let's consider over here we are in mobiles, we are having 10 records. All right, so let's add the record. Let's consider I go for Samsung, let it be S7. all right, storage, let it be 128 GB, processor, let it be Snapdragon, and let's consider cost is 48,000. And now what should happen logically is whatever the code we have implemented, the moment we click on save, all this data, Samsung S7 128 GB Snapdragon 48,000 should be passed to this route. that is save product. In that we are creating a dictionary of form data wherein these keys we are going to have corresponding values. Then that this form data we are sending to the save product file, okay, which we have in products.py. Alright, we are passing this dictionary, we have this form data. Then in this we are using that in the name of data, so we are getting the values by using the keys, and then we are just having normal piece of SQL statement over here. Alright, so let's see if it works. Yes, it says product added successfully. This was the message, and I use this link so that we can go back to our previous session. So that's what I said, we added over here additional stuff. If you look into the code in sample.py, this is actually what we have to display. But apart from that, if we just display that, there won't be any link to go back. Alright, either you need to click on this back, or you need to write how to code that. So instead of that, what I did, I just added one back URL over there, href, and I give this code. Alright, code is nothing but that route is to add a new product, /add, look over here, so new product. Alright, so let's check back, and now let's check our table. Our table is over here, and I execute this. Okay, so it's saying data added, but data is not added over here. Oh yeah, is okay. Let me check once again. Was there any error? Samsung S Snapdragon. Let me have something. It says product added successfully. Wait, there's some mistake over here. We haven't changed the message. Have we changed? But it's not executing. Why? So let me refresh the table first. How many records? So the error just over here is commit. Alright, I think that was the error. So let me save this. The transaction was not getting committed. Let's execute this once again. Samsung S7, let's consider 128 GB. I keep the same data, Snapdragon, and I keep the same 48,000. So it says product added successfully. Now coming back, and now let's execute this. Yes, so that was not getting committed. Alright, so that's it for this session. In the case you have liked, kindly hit like and subscribe, and remember this. Thank you.